Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm just gonna do a recap on my trades today. I did do a. I'm doing a later recap in the day because it was a frustrating day for me. I will admit. I took a 2 hour loss and I had changed my broker's stop loss, max daily loss from 32 um, per day to 20. I shrunk it a bit because I didn't want to. I'm trying to keep my account relatively stable in terms of what I can lose on a daily basis. Um, and I took 2 trades at the open and they were just 2 losses. It was frustrating. I needed to step away from the computer. And the thing is that the trades that I took, as I'm about to show you, that they weren't even quality trades. They weren't quality setups at all. And this is something that I've been struggling with over the past couple of days. So I've had a couple red days. And the market's been doing well. I've just been, I haven't been catching good moves, mainly because I've been trading at the open too soon. Uh, you know, taking risk on trades that are not quality setups, and trading is an all-day thing, as Thor says, and as we all know as day traders. So it's just a process of me getting used to trading live money, staying patient, waiting for the right setup. The right setup may or may not appear um, in the first 15-30 minutes of the day. It could take longer, and sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So it's just a matter of differentiating, which is and part of that is determining what my strategy is. And for me, my strategy clearly is to be playing off of the Camarilla pivots based on the Camarilla structures, on the 60 minutes, where they are on the daily, uh, where they are in relation to yesterday's range, uh, and playing the range off of what I see in the Camarilla pivots, just like Thor would. Also, I like to play um, moves off of VWAP or above VWAP, and VWAP plays where VWAP is being held for a bounce in the direction or rejection, for a momentum play at the open. And that's what I'm really sticking to, my strategy there. But unfortunately, my criteria for entry, I still have to I still have to make it better because it's been working in sim, but I haven't specifically targeted just yet what exactly is my entry criteria. I like to see things on the L2. I like to see a lot of orders coming in on tape, and I like to see volume. Those are my big 3 indicators for me to enter a trade. I have not been seeing a lot of information on the L2, and I have seen some stuff on the time and sales when I do enter a trade, and I still use that. But unfortunately, I just haven't been using the volume as well as I could have, and also along with price action as well. So onto the recap, if you guys don't mind. So today I had FUTU on my list. I also had Baba. I know I had Apple. Let me just fix this list. Apple here, and I also had what was that other ticker? Neo. So this was my list for today. The trades that I took a couple trades or I took a trade on FUTU to start today. This one usually is not on my list, and volume wasn't great pre-market. But what I noticed is that we had a really tight cam structure, and we had a pre-market low at R3. So I was actually hoping for a move, um, past R6, um, past R6 all the way up to this daily level. Since we had tight cams, I was expecting a breakout or chop. But I was hoping that we could either retest R4. I was hoping for the retest of R4 and a move upwards, past pre-market high and whatnot. So at market open, we kind of sold off here, and I was watching it as we had this wick. I didn't really like it here, and then I started to see that okay, maybe we have a double bottom here. Low volume on this 2 minute candle, and then the following 2 minute candle after that was on higher volume. So I anticipated the reversal. So what I did was I took a position on FUTU long as soon as we broke above VWAP, and I set my stop loss at right around the $39 level. But once we started forming these wicks, the candle closed like this. I took myself out the position for a smaller loss on it. I just didn't want to risk any more on the trade because my first trade of the day was actually really bad. I think it was it on Neo? Yeah, it was on Neo. This play was essentially um, the same thing. I was looking for a breakout. We had this nice, interesting structure on the 60-minute chart. You can tell that our candles were nice and tight. We were sitting in range above R3, so kind of sort of the same similarities in the Chinese sector today. So I was hoping for a move a breakout to R4. I saw that we had opened strong here in the first minute, and I was going to try and see if we could play a 1 minute opening range breakout. So I took the long here, and I set my stop at opening price when we opened here, and we made that 1 minute high. But unfortunately, the price just squeezed right back down, and I got slippage on that. So this was a 1.5 hour loss, and this was what messed me up right at the open. And this is why I need to stay more patient because, my setups need to be great. And I totally even missed this volume here. You can just see that this first candle here has no volume at all. So that volume didn't come in the first 2 minutes, which means that it was definitely going to come in the second minute. And if it went in the opposite direction, which it did, it would give me slippage. So that's what happened there. I took that 1.5 hour loss there, and then I took that FUTU trade, and then I ran out of risk for the day. That's pretty much it. So I ended up trying to take a BABA short, but at this time I was already at max loss. So when I took this short here, we basically my position got cleared up immediately, and that was my day. It was a frustrating day. It's been a frustrating week. I'm down, I believe, 5R, 3.2R yesterday, 2.2R today. So just a bad week, and I'm just having a little bit of an adjustment struggle when it comes to trading live. But I think the adjustment for me is not so much in um, my strategy. So much I think it's staying more patient and identifying the quality setups because I know right now that when I look at a setup like this, it's not my A plus setup. When I look at a trade like Neo, um, definitely not my A plus setup. Like it's just not. It's an A plus setup if this has more volume, and I see that we have a lot of green on the tape, and I take a long here and put my stop below VWAP or low up day. Then that's for me. That's a good position. That's a good one to take a 1 hour loss on. Um, but that's not what happened today, and that's not what's been happening recently. And I've kind of been a little bit anxious. But if you take a look at Apple was great today. This is a quality setup. I was expecting to be a rejection off of R3, pre-market high R3 in that area. That didn't happen. But as you can see, we had a perfect 2 minute opening range breakout with a relatively um, tight cam structure on the charts for this. So this would have been a nice breakout to play. And these are the type of trades that I have to stay patient for and watch at the open because they present themselves, and I just need to stay more patient and continue the grind because it's trading live, and I'm just gonna have to get used to it if I want to be profitable, and it's gonna take time. But I'm looking forward to the journey. I didn't do the recap earlier just out of frustration. I need to clear my mind a little bit. Um, but yeah, here I am. Here's my recap. That's today is March 22nd, 2022, and tomorrow I'm gonna go right back on the grind, and hopefully we can end the week off on a relatively good note. In terms of risk management, my goals for the rest of this week. Um, I haven't really had much of a daily goal, but the goal as a day trader is to make 1% of the account a day. So for me, what I'm going to look to do is to make that 1% just off of one trade because the way I manage my risk, I use $10 off of a an account that's it's about half a percent of my account, $10. I have a very very small account, so $22 is around my 1%. So if I have one trade that's a 3R, which is very achievable for me if I take the proper trade with the proper strategy and the proper signals, it could be very well easily reached. If I take that setup and I get that 3R, then for sure, for certain, I will be hitting 1% every day. And that's really all I need to grow my account. And just to get the consistency. Forget about growing the account. It's a very small account. I'm not looking to make money right now. I just want to have the consistency in live. So that's just my goal. I'm just going to shoot for that 3R a day. If it's one trade 3R a day, even if it hits my target and blows way past it and goes makes a $5 move past my 3R, I need to stop worrying about trying to shoot for bigger targets. Just shoot for the small targets to maintain that consistency that I had in Sim, and everything's going to be fine. So thanks for listening to my recap. I know it was a little longer today, but just wanted to go over my thought process and the psychological struggles that I'm experiencing, as I go through this life journey. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope to chat with you guys tomorrow.